A&W Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs and 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
It's just
longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias.
Find resources.
Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles.
Project website,
All this and more at Dan Cava GMC
military veterans are accessible
Shop
to the
the
public.
road.
Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the collection. Scroll down, search for the HP collections. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
On the next State of Minds.
I think if it wasn't for West Virginia, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Rhine has been rising over Seneca Rocks for millions of years. I wanted to capture it in a way that was authentic and maybe different than people have ever seen it before.
Keeping it rolling on Metro News midday. Daniel Woods sitting in for Dave Allen on this 2 o'clock hour number 3 of the program. And we've been breaking down, and Dave has been breaking down, going back to last week, what's going on with the Run for the Wall. That is the 300 motorcyclists. In total, there's about 1,000 of them, but 300 of them are making their way through West Virginia here shortly. They'll be arriving in Nitro for a presentation around 5:15 this evening. We just got done talking to Joe Stevens with the City of Nitro, and now we are going to check in with Todd Taylor, who is the West Virginia State Coordinator for the Run for the Wall. And from what I understand, the Run for the Wall is ongoing because Todd Taylor is making his way into West Virginia right now, and he joins us on Metro News midday. So, Todd, if you don't mind, where are you guys as far as the ride goes today?
How are you doing today? We just ate lunch here at Mount Sterling, Kentucky. The good Lord blessed us with a pretty good downpour, so we're all good and wet and cold, but we're getting our bellies full and getting ready to head toward West Virginia.
Well, nothing a hot meal can't fix, right?
That's correct. The ladies here have provided a meal at the community center, and we're in there drinking a bunch of coffee and just trying to warm up for a little bit and get ready to get back on the road and head home toward West Virginia.
Well, I know in your conversation with Dave last week, you talked a lot about the volunteer support that you all get, the meals that are cooked for you, the people that welcome you into their towns, into their homes. And it seems like that's really what you're getting in Mount Sterling right now, and you could certainly use it a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah. This would be absolutely impossible if we would try to bring 300 motorcycles across the country without support from the local communities. I mean, we have people that actually camp, on their motorcycles, and we have people in the communities actually offering them rooms in their house, hot showers and everything. And like I said, they feed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then they donate gas to us to get us across the country. But, without the volunteer support, it would be absolutely impossible.
So Mount Sterling, Kentucky, where we are now, about 3 hours away from ending up in Nitro. So I talked to Joe Stevens, and, the folks in Nitro are excited. How excited are you all to get into Nitro, particularly in a place that I'm sure as the West Virginia State Coordinator, loves the veterans community so much?
Yeah, Joe and Mayor Dave Casebolt, they've just, opened their city up to us. Anything we need, anything, I've been we started planning this, 6-7 months ago. I'm grateful that I'm going to be going home, because I'm from past Charleston, but I won't go to my house tonight because we're in Nitro. But, my friends, I can't wait to see them. They have donated their time and money and efforts just to get me and my group of, fellow patriots and veterans into the state safely.
So what can the folks that come out, I asked Joe the same question from the Nitro side, but for maybe some folks that are interested in the run for the wall and what you all are doing, making your way across the country to Washington, D.C., what can folks expect if they come out to Nitro and they just want to support and they want to line the road as you guys come into Living Memorial Park?
Well, after we get off our bikes, we meet and mingle with the community. We love seeing the people lined up across the streets. Coming across the country, pretty much every overpass that we go under, there is at least one person. Not to say there's not a whole fire department, state police, EMS, just coming out, flying their flag, showing us support and cheering us on. It really, when days like this, it's hard riding in the rain, and it just gives you a little bit more motivation to complete our mission, to do what we do.
Todd Taylor is the West Virginia State Coordinator for Run for the Wall, making their way through the state of West Virginia here shortly, a couple hours away from arriving for a stop in Nitro. I asked Joe this same question, and I'll ask it to you. The West Virginia Vietnam Memorial Wall and the Nitro Wars Museum are there in Nitro. What is it like to be able to ride into Nitro and see a tribute like that and something like that on display?
A couple of years back, that was the West Virginia Mobile Traveling Wall. It used to travel across the state. It's got the names of our fallen soldiers that have, passed. That was in the Vietnam War. Each name is a living a veteran of West Virginia, and the Vietnam era age guys are getting old. It's hard for them to take time out of their day, and the mobility issues and all that stuff. And then Mayor Casebolt said, we have a perfect spot for it. So they actually, the traveling wall, decided to move it into the Nitro Wars Museum. And it's an absolutely fantastic location for it. All the history that's involved with, the Nitro community, and just the support, and where we eat dinner tonight, right across the street, in the church. The museum is right across the street from it. So we have already told our guys, and, go over and visit this museum because it's an amazing piece of history.
And then I know you'll be stopping in Nitro this evening. You'll be staying in the greater Kanawha Valley, but you guys are going to be in West Virginia for a little bit over the next couple of days. So what does that look like for you all after this evening?
So after this evening, we eat dinner, and tomorrow morning we'll be leaving, approximately, for early in the morning, and then we are going to be escorted by the West Virginia State Police to the state capitol, where the Capitol grounds have opened up to us, and we get to ride in through the Capitol grounds and go up around the fountain and park our motorcycles there. Then we have a short program with all the local news medias and everything, and we have the American Legion of West Virginia. They'll say a couple words. And new this year, the West Virginia Department of Veterans Assistance, Secretary Kennedy, is going to say a couple words. they have absolutely been phenomenal to work with. They've reached out to me and wanted to know, how can we help? What can we do? And then once we do that, we head up Route 60, enjoy the nice twisty, windy roads into Rainelle, West Virginia, where we have hundreds of kids out there screaming at us when we get there. It's an amazing experience. These kids are taught patriotism every single day there. They have autograph books for us. They want our signatures. And it's just an amazing experience to go visit with the kids tomorrow afternoon for lunch.
That's really cool. And then, of course, everything ends this Memorial Day weekend with the wreath laying at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. And Joe let it slip. I don't think this is a secret, but he did let me know at your request they're going to have some Tudor's biscuits to send you guys on your way tomorrow morning.
We've had a chef that has volunteered his time, and Chef Bob passed away there last year, right after the run. And we were trying to think of how we could, just change it up a little bit. And I said, why not Tudor's? And because everybody loves a Tudor's biscuit. So, so that's what we're going to be feeding them in the morning and get them all nice and sleepy for the ride up over the mountain.
Well, it's certainly shaping up to be a pretty good trip through the Kanawha Valley for you guys. Hopefully that rain holds off. But Todd Taylor, West Virginia State Coordinator for Run for the Wall, thank you for everything that you do, and thanks for joining us this afternoon.
I appreciate it. And y'all have a good day, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Safe travels as well. That's Todd Taylor, the West Virginia State Coordinator for Run for the Wall. And again, they're making their way into West Virginia here over the next few hours. If you're in the greater Kanawha Valley, or really got a little ways to go here before they arrive in Nitro around 5:15. There's a lot of the state that is drivable by 5:15. If you want to come out, support the Run for the Wall, come see these 300 motorcyclists make their way into Nitro around 5:15 this evening, you can absolutely do that. There will be a presentation at Living Memorial Park as they make their way from Ontario, California to Washington, D.C. for a wreath laying at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery this Memorial Day weekend. We've got more to come this hour on Metro News Midday. There are service projects going on all over the city of Huntington. It is Community Cares Week at Marshall University. Mistie Bibbee is part of the planning committee for that. She's the Director of Housing and Residence Life at Marshall University. She's coming up after the news break here on Metro News Midday. And West Virginia University is making some waves with what it's doing in the athletic department. Athletic Director Ren Baker gave what I like to call his State of the Program address yesterday, met with the media, and we'll hear a little bit from him on what's going on as far as some of the capital projects and the fundraising with West Virginia University Athletics. There's more to come on Metro News Midday.
And now today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greer Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
Meteorologist Joe Ansel with you here. I do have an update to talk about regarding today's severe thunderstorm potential. Cold front coming in today, and we have been upgraded to a marginal to slight risk of severe storms now. Marginal to slight, that means isolated to scattered severe weather is possible. If you're in that yellow, scattered best potential for damaging winds today, but some large hail can't be ruled out as well, with along some heavy and excessive rain potential too. This graphic showing the next 5 days, total precipitation for the next 5, that's like 1 to 2 plus inches of rain. I will also be watching for locally higher amounts in the days ahead, and also all the way through the 7-day forecast, likely chances of rain. So we could tally up some pretty high rainfall totals potentially. Remember, turn around, don't drown if any flash flooding ever pops up around the state. High of 89 yesterday in Charleston, well warmer than average, missed the record. Average high is 77, and no rain yesterday. That will potentially change today, timing multiple rounds of showers and storms, one in the morning, then one later in the afternoon through tonight. There is also still that marginal risk of excessive rain today and tonight for local flash flooding. 5 Sierra River forecast, it starts at home. New York City, another day in a row with a heat advisory. Washington, D.C., forecasting potentially record heat near 97. To the north, stronger severe storms possible. Highs in the upper 70s, lows around 50 tonight. Still some heat concerns out east, some low to mid 90s for highs in the forecast potentially, in the 50s tonight. From east to west, still well warmer than average, watching for that potential of isolated to scattered severe storms today and this evening. And in southern areas too, be weather aware of heavy rain, storms, and warmer than average temps, lows around the 50s tonight. Still some off and on chances for showers and storms. Warm front for the weekend. Chance of showers and storms for Memorial Day, high near 82.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
On the next State of Minds.
I think if it wasn't for West Virginia, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Rhine has been rising over Seneca Rocks for millions of years. I wanted to capture it in a way that was authentic and maybe different than people have ever seen it before.
5, 3.
All the sports West Virginia is talking about.
Nikki Izzo-Brown, coach of the nationally ranked WVU women's soccer team.
I think they're just having a very good understanding of each other.
Join Kyle Wiggs, Brett Howe, and Coach Hunter weeknights for Sportsline on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Metro News Midday continues 2:33 across the state of West Virginia. I'm Daniel Woods in for Dave Allen in this third hour of the program today. I'll be with you tomorrow as well, as there's a lot going on around the state of West Virginia, and we endeavor to get into it here on Metro News Midday each and every day from noon until 3. Amanda Barrett will be with you for the first 2 hours again tomorrow. I'll join you at 2 o'clock here on Metro News Midday. West Virginia is on the rise with new businesses, new opportunities, and a strong, resilient workforce leading the way. Watch the full story at WVEnriched.com, a video presentation sponsored by Huntington Bank, proud to be investing in the future of West Virginia. Like I said, there's a lot going on around the state of West Virginia. There's a lot going on right now in the city of Huntington because Marshall University launched its Community Cares Week yesterday. There are service projects going on with community members, alumni, faculty, staff, and students all across the city of Huntington. And somebody that has been part of the planning for this event is Mistie Bibbee, the Director of Housing and Residence Life at Marshall University, who joins us now on Metro News Midday. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. It's a busy time at Marshall. So for anyone that doesn't know about Community Care Week and what's going on, what exactly is Marshall doing on campus and around Huntington over the next couple of days?
All right, absolutely. So this is the 5th year that Marshall University has hosted Community Cares Week. It is a week where members of the campus community and local community join together in a variety of service projects throughout campus and some of the campus sites, throughout Huntington and at South Charleston and the MOVC campus as well. We have so many different activities going on, from painting to landscaping to just general cleaning to there's moving mulch, moving rocks, planting flowers. And it's really just an opportunity for the volunteers to tangibly use their time and their talent to give back to the institution. Everybody's always looking for, financial donations. And we know that that's not something that people are always able and ready to do. And so this way people can really give back with their time, their love, and their talent.
And one thing that stood out to me in reading about the Community Cares Week and everything you all are doing, there's a lot of different groups of people getting involved, community members, alumni, faculty, staff, and students, all pitching in, getting together, and joining to help out not just Marshall, but Huntington. So how important is that to bring all of these people together and really encompass the entire Marshall community?
It really is. It's huge, actually. Just from me, from where I've been on the planning end, it has enabled me to meet so many people and to make so many connections with people I may have normally not interacted with. We will have people working side by side with people that they don't know, and it's really an opportunity to network and connect and to meet people. And so it's just a great opportunity while you were doing things for the benefit and the good to really just kind of make that connection with other people. And, you're learning from alumni. You're connecting with people from other departments. You're connecting people from across, like the local community as well.
So as far as students getting involved, I think that's something that's interesting because, it's May. It's the end of the school year. But, I've seen on social media a few posts about folks getting out. I know the Marshall softball team just getting back from the NCAA tournament was out washing windows today. So to have student involvement, how special is that to see even right at the end of the school year?
Oh, I love it. It is amazing. One year when we did it, we had a group of incoming freshmen that got together, like they knew each other from like an online chat that they were doing, and they got together and were talking to each other, and they decided to come meet up here and do a project together. And so that's one of like the beautiful things is it really gives us time to get to know the students, and it gives the students those interactions as well. And it really helps them see behind the scenes at the institution where they are every day. Honestly, this morning I talked to a student who she's actually not a student anymore. She's alumni. She just graduated in May, but she had did it the last 2 summers with us as part of a student group that she was part of and loved it so much as a new alumni came back and did it again this summer.
That was going to be my next question. How cool is it to see somebody go through community cares like that as a student, and then whether they stay in the area, whether they just want to come back and be in Huntington and give back? How special is that to see somebody go from student to alum and then come back and keep contributing?
Oh, it was so amazing. Like when she stopped by the registration table this morning, she was like, "Hey, remember me?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, I remember you." And she was just like, "I just loved it so much." And, and it just validates everything that we do on campus, that we do with our students to show that, they really are connecting with the university and we really are making a difference in their lives. The fact that, once they, are out living their life, they do want to come back and contribute and still be part of it.
Mistie Bibbee is the Director of Housing and Residence Life at Marshall University, joining us now on Metro News Midday, talking about Community Cares Week at Marshall, where they're doing service projects supporting Marshall and the greater Huntington community. And one of the things that has to happen, I'm guessing, with bringing so many different people together in these volunteer roles is you really make connections that you maybe not would have otherwise within that Marshall University community, alumni with current students, faculty and staff with members of the community. So what has it been like seeing that develop and see students working alongside maybe even their professors and staff members working right alongside the alumni?
I think that they have such a fun experience doing it because it's a connecting point for them. It somehow demystifies like, oh, you're in this administrative role or you're a faculty member. You're just two people working side by side with the same goal, the same mission. People love it because they're like, oh, I was working with so-and-so. And you're like, oh, well, this is what they do. They're like, I had absolutely no clue. And so it's amazing watching those connections take place. The president, he is here working side by side with the students and the community and the faculty staff every day. It gives him a chance to get to know people. It gives him a chance to kind of talk to people. And, it really helps him just kind of connect beyond what he does on a daily basis with more people.
That's got to be encouraging for everybody seeing. It's got to make people want to get out and get involved, right? Seeing the president of the university getting out there, getting his hands dirty.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think, that is the ultimate servant leader role model right there, is working alongside with everyone and doing what everyone else is doing with them.
And then I know that there's some prizes on the line, perhaps for some folks that are getting out and volunteering. What can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Our local community has been phenomenal. With each year, they contribute not only supplies to help complete the task. You know, they'll donate local businesses paint. They'll donate cleaning supplies to help complete the task. But beyond that, they will donate prizes that we can use as door prizes at lunch to thank the volunteers. And the volunteers have received just some amazing prizes from some of our local businesses, where whether it be gift certificates for activities or meals, there's been some hotel stays that have been donated, to actual merchandise. Like last year, I know there was a fishing reel donated. There's been home goods donated. There's been, I believe this year we had a pontoon boat ride that was donated. Wow. So just some really, really cool things that, make it extra special for the staff when they participate, and students and community, because it lets them know, your efforts are truly appreciated. And this is our way of saying thank you for helping us become better and stronger.
A lot of exciting stuff going on at Marshall this week with Community Cares Week. Misty, thanks for giving us the time and letting us know everything really cool, honestly, that's going on in Huntington right now.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Okay. All right. Bye.
There she is, Mistie Bibbee, the Director of Housing and Residence Life at Marshall University, part of the planning committee for Community Cares Week going on at Marshall right now and around Huntington with service projects supporting the university and the community as well. From Marshall University to West Virginia University, a lot going on in the world of college athletics right now, not just at WVU, but around the country. WVU Athletic Director Ren Baker gave his annual spring update yesterday. Going to check in on some of what he said about how WVU is staying competitive and some of the construction projects going on with the department. That's coming up next. Stay with us. It's Metro News Midday.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? JW Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state. and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
With Metro News Hotline, if it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have two vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
Metro News Midday continues. Final hour. Daniel Woods with you here today in for Dave Allen, just like I will be tomorrow. Amanda Barron's got you from noon until 2 tomorrow. I'll come in to close things out, bringing me out of the bullpen, so to speak, to finish things out today and tomorrow. Jeff Jenkins will be back with you on Friday as Dave Allen, that slacker, continues to stay on vacation this week. Doesn't he know that there's things going on in West Virginia and he's supposed to be talking about them on the radio? Well, if he's not going to, I will. And one of the big things going on right now, because let's face it, folks, it's one of the biggest industries in this country, are the questions about college sports. What's going on with the future of college sports? Because there's a lot of stuff going on with the present of college sports. Rising costs for athletic departments as a result of revenue sharing with student athletes. Facilities projects are getting more and more expensive. It seems like there's endless eligibility for student athletes right now, and it is going to the federal level. The SCORE Act has been in and out of conversations in the Senate for seemingly months at this point. It was just pulled from going to the Senate floor again in really the last 36 hours or so. So that would be the federal legislation that would try to get the lasso around college sports in some variety, but it is not going to go forward right now. And it is affecting every level of college sports. It affects WVU. It affects Marshall. It affects the Division II programs within the state, Fairmont State, the University of Charleston, West Virginia State, Shepherd, you name it. It is being affected in some way by everything going on in college athletics right now. And West Virginia University Athletic Director Ren Baker has not been quiet about his feelings on the way things are going in college sports. He gave his annual spring update yesterday and had some comments about what's going on at WVU, the way it's been affected by the way that the money is moving in college sports right now. He said this is set to be a record-setting year in terms of budget for the West Virginia University Athletic Department.
For about a decade there, our overall budget was fairly static. It grew some, regressed some during COVID, but it did not grow at the clip that we really need it to. And so this year's budget and next year's budget will both exceed $150 million total. So that's probably roughly 50% growth from where we were 3 years ago.
As you know, $150 million is a lot of money, and that's going into West Virginia University athletics, and that's because with where things are right now, you've got student athletes pulling down seven figures easily for some of the best in the country. $20 million in revenue sharing plus the name, image, and likeness compensation that goes on top of that. And something that Ren Baker said yesterday as well, the cost of competition is not going down anytime soon in college sports.
The resources need to compete from a roster standpoint, change in real time. Many times I start the day off with, whether it's Rob or Don or Ben, talking through where we need to be, where we're trying to go, and that number only goes one direction.
There's been plenty of conversations about what it takes to be comfortable in college sports with your ability to compete, and West Virginia, Ren Baker has said, Rich Rodriguez, the head football coach, has said, is positioned better than it was a year ago. And WVU continues to be positioned better according to what's coming out of the university. With what Ren Baker said yesterday, financially, they say WVU is as well off as it's been in terms of athletics. You've got a $150 million budget. You're at that $20 million revenue sharing number. But as Ren Baker said, everybody is trying to catch that next edge in college sports. Where are you going to find the advantage? Where are you going to get a leg up on the competition? And he feels like WVU is positioned well now, but he also doesn't feel like that chase is stopping anytime soon.
Across the board, for maybe the first time in a long time, I feel confident that when you aggregate all the resources that we're top half of the league. We have not been there in a long, long time. There's probably certain things, and some of it from a roster standpoint is harder to determine because the numbers that you see get inflated. I see numbers that are reported on us, and I'm like, yeah, that's not accurate. I know those numbers are inflated just because I see our numbers inflated. But I do think we're in the best position we've been in a long time. Unfortunately, you're chasing people who are chasing people, so the race is just always on.
So there you have it. You've got a power conference program at West Virginia University that is putting a lot of money into athletics. And there are folks out there, and I agree with them in a lot of ways, that will say athletics is the front porch of the university. And that's what it has been at WVU. You look at a West Virginia native in Nick Saban, who went to the University of Alabama, won a bunch of national championships. And you know what happened when Nick Saban started winning national championships at Alabama? The enrollment at Alabama started going up. And that is a proven trend across college sports. So don't look at me as the guy who does the sports in the morning news and say, you know, this guy's just bringing the sports into Metro News Midday. I am here to tell you that this is a big part of the ecosystem of higher education right now. Ren Baker, you heard right there, feels comfortable with where WVU is in the top half of the Big 12 in terms of resources, but the gold rush, so to speak, in college sports is not stopping anytime soon. And there is a lot left to dive into, and there is a lot left on the bone right now in terms of this conversation. But we've got one more break to take. We've got more to wrap up the show coming up on Metro News Midday.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Stay ahead of West Virginia weather with Metro News Television. Now bringing you a new way to stay informed across the Mountain State. Get updates daily at 9, noon, and 4. From headlines and precipitation to severe weather threats and highs and lows. See conditions from Panhandle to Panhandle and check travel with the Fly CRW forecast. Our meteorologists are on your screens and on Talkline, Midday, Hotline, and Sportsline, keeping you up to date. Metro News Television weather. Accurate, local, and always on.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All-new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All-new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Back to wrap up the show on Metro News Midday. Daniel Woods with you for the final hour of the program. Sitting in for Dave Allen today and tomorrow. Jeff Jenkins is back with you to close out the week on Friday. But when I get out of here, Metro News Hotline is on the air, and Dave Weekley has joined me in the studio. What do we got coming up this afternoon?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about beer. Does that get your attention?
That does get my attention. That very much gets my attention.
On a hot day, because I don't know if you saw the story.
So it's a Beer Wednesday.
It technically is, although we're bringing the gang in from Beer Friday on a Wednesday. Did you see where they are shutting down Schlitz after 177 years?
We talked about it on the morning news today.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, when you think about it. The story of Schlitz really began after the Chicago fire of 1871.
Okay.
They sent tons of beer from Milwaukee into Chicago from Schlitz, and that's how it all started. But
Incredible.
Now it's over. Now it's over. So we're talking about beer slogans, advertising slogans. That's the question of the day, and we'll keep you updated on all the baseball stuff happening today. The Dirty Birds are in the midst of a doubleheader. The Reds are playing, and they're winning.
Hey.
And we'll see if the Pirates can finally beat the Cardinals tonight.
I hope so. Well, they're going to do it one of these days. But if that's not a tease you want for Metro News Hotline, I don't know what is. This is Metro News Midday. Daniel Woods getting ready to get on out of here. Big thanks to everybody that joined me today. Joe Stevens, Todd Taylor, Mistie Bibbee, and Ren Baker for his comments yesterday, because there's a whole lot going on in the world of college sports that you need to check out. This is Metro News Midday. So long.